Alright, so, if you guys don't know, a few weeks back we got a leak that Excalibur Arthur would be the festival unit for the anniversary. If you don't know, the anniversary is coming either next week or the week after that. Next week, I mean, we have the let me pull to the right here so you can see the calendar. We have an update. Oh, need a little bit more. We have an update on the 20th now, and this should be a dead week for JP. Arthur released on the 13th, so this should be a dead week for JP. On the 27th, we should either JP is gonna receive the free banner pre-anniversary, like, pre-festival like we usually get, like, Blue Arthur, Denzo, those characters, or it will be on the 27th and the anniversary will be on 3. If we follow by last year, Goddess Liz released on the last week of May. So yeah, I guess JP will receive the free banner here and the anniversary will be here. So we're very close to the second anniversary for JP. I wonder how Global is going to deal with that. I'm assuming it's going to be a regular festival for Global and then the second anniversary for Global will be someone else. But, we had a leak from Regents, which is a trusted leaker. It's a reliable leaker that said that Arthur would be the festival, but he does mention that this is from, the developer app or whatever that means, and they can change it however they please, right? So they changed it up and made Arthur just a regular banner character, which he's okay. I mean, he's very mediocre, but he's just a regular banner character. An old step up, like an old model step up, just tells me that he's supposed to be like a very old unit. And so I asked, what do you think the second anniversary festival will be, excluding Estarossa, because of course we also got a leak of Estarossa. Could be the Holy War for the anniversary, is a part 2, just like Meliodas was the part 2 for Escanor. Sort of, they don't call it part 2, but he was the part 2 for the festival for Escanor. And then Escanor was the, if you don't know, on JP was the 1.5 year anniversary, and for Global was the first anniversary. So ultimately was the part 2 for the 1.5 year anniversary. So Estarossa could be the part 2 for this celebration if they don't change it up. But I asked, who do you guys think? I put some options and I put like another. So reply what do you think it'd be. 65% for Purgatory Bond. I would love Bond. Bond needs a good unit. Bro, it's been so long since we had a new Bond. Look at this. Look at this. All these suck. All of them. All of them. Every single one of them. Bond is at least, if you read the manga or not, top 5 best characters in the series, top 3 even. Like, he's so good. Still, no good Bond units. I mean, you can make an argument, oh, the blue Bond's good for Red Demon. Like, okay, come on. So far, if the end, no one wants the end. I mean, the end is not really. I like the end, but she's not really worthy of second anniversary status. And we got real Gowther. We did also have a leak of Gowther being a demon. So this could be a either like a side unit on the Estarossa Holy War Festival, or it could be the festival itself. Who knows? 22% of voted for Gowther. And then we got some replies. We got 494 replies, so we're gonna read those. Now we got pretty good to Bond. He's way far in terms of story. We haven't reached Mile yet. I mean, yeah, that is true. I just put the option because I like Purgatory Bond. They don't really need to follow the story. If Festival King and Festival Goddess Liz released a month before they came out in story, so they don't really need to follow. But it's just there's no other version for Bond. There's no other version. Festival the End Who Die Fast and Festival King. I should be gonna go for this point. I mean. It doesn't have to be. They could release whoever they want, really. But it doesn't have to be the other Gowther. I just put the options just because they are they so far have only put the sins as the festivals and Goddess Liz, which is almost a sin basically. She technically joins them on the second season. Elizabeth joins them. She's not really a sin, but if you could give us the end already, so they don't have to touch her again. I mean, it would be second anniversary. I don't know. You're gonna be the next card that buffs herself, just like the giant dance in the anime. Ooh. Margaret Ludofest, or a top tier Monspeed. I don't think they'll drop Monspeed as a festival because Monspeed and Derriere are kind of like a combo. It would have to be like a dual banner, I feel like. But Ludo in like an Archangel, I can see it. I can see Ludociel being a festival, just because the Archangel is just such a big deal. I think we'll get an Archangels in their human form. I mean, yeah, if we can get, you know, human form Sauriel, the girl Sauriel, I wouldn't complain. Prefer Mile as a festival, if not Purgatory Bomb, the second option. Mile isn't happening either. I don't think so, especially because we're getting Estarossa in. We're not, you know, 100% confirmed getting Estarossa, but there's a good chance we are gonna get Estarossa, and you know, dropping Mael and then Estarossa back to back. I mean, they could do it. I don't think they would, but they could. You know, I don't think they would though. Estarossa Salt Mode. Like I said, Estarossa should be a Holy War Festival. Could get Skinny Ascanor and Hawk unit, like in the page of manga. Oh yeah, that is a pretty cool moment in the anime and manga. Every single comment is too soon for Ban. Literally every single, even though like 65% people voted for Ban. The comments don't match the votes. Emotions Gowther. I don't know, Emotions Gowther. Like just base Gowther, not you know, not real Gowther, just Gowther when he gets the emotions. What's really the difference between that and just regular Gowther? You know what I mean? It's like, one thing that I don't like about Festival Zeldris is just that he's just Zeldris. Like, there's no difference between blue Zeldris and green Zeldris. He is just Zeldris. He's not Nebula Zeldris. He's just Zeldris, which really makes me like scratch my head. Like, why? This is the only festival in the game that isn't a separate version from a character, right? Every single character that has released as a festival is like Goddess Liz, not Liz. It's just Goddess Liz. It's not like base Liz. Lost Vein, I mean, he's just base Meliodas, but he has the Lost Vein. Like, this Zeldris is literally just Zeldris. Doesn't have a single difference between him and the other Zeldrises. I guess just stats. That's it. That's the only difference between him and the other Zeldrises, which kind of, I don't know. Like, are they gonna drop like base Meliodas as the second anniversary festival? I don't know, because at this point they release a base Zeldris, right? There's zero difference between the other Zeldrises. They might as well release characters that are the same, but I don't like that. I think that if they're gonna, you know, do festivals like that, why don't you just release another version for the characters? Like, Zeldris was missing a third version, and instead of releasing, yeah, they called it Executioner Zeldris. That's just Zeldris. It's literally just Zeldris. There's no difference. He doesn't do the Nebula thing. Instead of releasing a third version of base Zeldris, they release a Festival Green Zeldris, which is just Zeldris. There's no difference. I don't know. But yeah, Emotions Gowther be the same thing as just base Gowther. It just, I guess he cries now. You know, Gowther. I mean, also the thing is, right? There are already two top, like, best of the best Gowthers. It's just, as much as I really would love to see a wheelchair Gowther, it's just that, you know, there's too much Gowther. Unless you could use both in the same team, which I hope you can, because they are not the same people. Like, real Gowther and doll Gowther are not the same person. So, you know, and they literally, like, they hug and shake hands and slap each other's butts in the anime. Like, they can exist at the same time. So there's no point in, like, not letting you use both in the same team. But still, I don't know, it's just too much Gowther overload for my taste. Even though I do like Gowther. Purgatory Bond Excalibur Arthur. Yeah, I mean, with Excalibur Arthur dropping, being a human buffer, although not the greatest buffer in the world, I would much prefer having a unit that like does 20% base stats like Ram. He is a buffer for humans, like max HP 30% and then deals extra 20% damage. And, you know, if all hell is a human, there's a good chance that this correlates with the festival being a human. And if it is Purgatory Bond, I'm gonna shut up every single person in the city couldn't be. Ludo. Kaido wants to be human. Okay. They're being mastered by boy bonds. Yeah, it's what I'm saying. Like, we need a good bond. Literally one of the most important characters in the series. A lot of people with Margaret Ludo. I mean, I wouldn't complain. Margaret Ludo. Like, Ludo is really cool and all. I don't know if it's fitting for a second. I mean, God, this wasn't fitting for our first anniversary either, but you know, that was kind of a slippery slope. New Monspeed. Full grown wings king. Oh, that would be so dope. But then again, it's just like the same thing with Bond, right? Purgatory Bond appears a little bit after Full Grown Wings King, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while since I read the manga. I don't exactly remember the order, but I believe so, because they are, you know, just fighting Mael. And Bond appears way after Mael, you know, gets like fully reassessed and stuff. Mael, but it seems a bit too early for him. Is the thing, right? Do they have to follow the story? I don't know. Do they? I would love Mael. Mael for a second anniversary would be god tier. And more likely gonna be possessed Margaret King. Ominous Nebula Zeldris. I mean, they just dropped the Zeldris. I don't know if they're going to drop another one in a few months. It's just, again, this Zeldris should have not existed at all. Like, this Zeldris should have not been a thing at all. Because now, if they want to drop a real Nebula Zeldris, it's another festival Zeldris. And they can't just drop it so soon, you know? So it's going to be another named Zeldris, a new, brand new named Zeldris. Unless they change it and make this Nebula Zeldris whenever a new Zeldris comes out. But that's why I'm saying, like, they shouldn't have dropped the Zeldris. If they were going to drop a Zeldris, they should have dropped the Nebula Zeldris. Which would make sense because Nebula Zeldris shows up in the beginning of Season 4, which is not very far. You know, it's still not there in the story, but it's not very far either. You know what I mean? I think that the comments are basically the same now. And that suit Gowther that was leaked ages ago. He's talking about like that big Gowther from Season 1. He doesn't deserve a festival. He wasn't even in Gowther. Interdiary area Monspeed. It's going to be a character. I mean, who knows? Honestly, we're talking all about these other characters, but they could just drop a new Meliodas. There's nothing stopping them. I mean, we do have Lost Vein and Assault Melee, but you know, there's nothing stopping them. I mean, I wouldn't like that because it's a little too many Meliodas. But just think about it, right? Imagine they drop a base Meliodas and buff the old base Meliodas as well. That would be phenomenal. But let me know what you think. Who you want the festival to be? The comments start, you know, becoming the same. Everyone wants either Bond, Mael. I mean, they're honestly, it's very difficult to say. After, you know, Excalibur Arthur got, you know, pulled as a regular banner character, I think it's very difficult to say who could be the anniversary. Maybe they'll do Estarossa? I don't know. But yeah, let me know what you think.